Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be like a part 2 of the video that I released very recently where I had hit the perfect day, and I just wanted to have like a 4-4 distribution across like two different videos. So I already showcased four different attacks with a full explanation of how I tried to approach them in the previous one. This one is going to cover the next four. So yeah, let's just get into some attacks. Just before I do that, here is my hero equipment as well as the pets that I'm using on each of them for your own reference. And basically the king is using the giant gauntlet and he's using the rage vial, and the army composition, it will be in the description as well. So yeah, let's just get into some attacks. Okay, for the first base in this video, we have this anti-2 style setup with a poison tower, and you can see like the damage distribution, it's very spread out. The core is mostly just poison, honestly. In terms of the number of defenses that are really there, you can see like we have high priority targets like pretty out there on the flanks, like including like merge defenses, two of the multi infernos, the enemy heroes, and yeah, the town hall is just very densely protected in a way, you could say. So for these kind of bases, usually it's very easy to kind of like get a flame flinger going, provided that you have good warden protection. By which I mean, like if you see some good spots for a flame flinger, maybe this is like a good spot for a flame flinger, this is like good value for a flame flinger as well. There's just many spots, and all you need to do is try to just help your flame flinger out with the help of the warden, because the combination of the two of them can really help set up a very good funnel for you. And again, these bases are just so spread out that it's actually very forgiving to take bases like these down, because we have healers behind us. So even if you make some mistakes, it's very forgiving in the sense that it's easy to kind of heal back up, even if your spell placement is not optimal, even if your spell timing is not optimal. So yeah, as I was saying, I actually like this value better, because what that does is it kind of allows me to forget about the existence of the left flank of this base, and in order to do that, I can just have a warden walk to help out over here. So the moment I do that, what actually happens is I can send my smash starting from over here and kind of just let them walk around the base into this area. I don't need to target the core, remember, because it's not like the core is very heavily packed. In fact, my bowlers can reach this X-bow even from out over here. Even if I place like a jump like this, I can reach like the monolith through this area. Just some things to consider, and you can see I'm already setting that up. So now the warden is going to help the flame flinger go further on to the left, and the warden himself is trying to create the funnel so that I can start walking to the right. And it's important to note like the extent of the funnel that you need to create on bases like this, because most importantly, I need this mortar and this king pad to fall down, because then what happens is the bowlers can only see the eagle over here. If that king pad is left up, like the bowlers will have to walk like this to get to the eagle, right? If this king pad is still left up, then the bowlers are going to continue walking a little bit more towards the king pad, and they could leak onto the storage and the dark elixir storage, making a very bad split. So you can see I sacrificed my baby dragon just to get the enemy king down with the rage for the warden as well. And yeah, it's almost go time for us. So you can see how this is kind of setting up this side of the funnel. For the right side of the funnel, you can see I'm going to use the queen, because this flank is very light, at least until we reach the merge archer tower, but it's very light for us. So honestly, it's perfect that she is doing this, because now she can actually reach over the walls a little bit like this and kind of create a very tight lane for the bowlers over here. It's much better than using the king, because if I'd used the king, the bowlers would have had so many of these other buildings to worry about going into this lane over here. And now you can see I'm just watching how they're passing around. They have activated the town hall, so I'm just kind of gonna let them do their thing. I placed the jump over here, so that rather than passing through those town hall poison like compartments, like you can see how the walls are kind of set up like this. I'm just trying to allow the bowlers to walk directly towards the builder huts, maybe the scatter shots. Just kind of like allow them to take that chance. And you can see like the flame flinger is doing a good job. King somehow walked out because the enemy queen was attacking him, but all in all it should be fine. Like we've even joined our royal champion in, And look at our queen, she is also very healthy, because the bowler started sharing damage from this merge archer tower at the perfect time. And well, what do you know, we have our queen left with ability, our RC with the fox. She never walked into any merge defenses, she was always hidden and protected. No problems for her. The bowlers did exactly what they had to do. Our heroes can easily finish this base off. But what was most important to make sure that this attack did not fail was this funnel that was over here, along with the flame flinger to help out this entire left flank. So if I had not gone all the way up until I got the enemy king pad, then my bowlers could have started splitting around over here really weirdly. And that is all you need for bowlers. You just need a good funnel and a tight lane over here, so that you can drop those rage spells in an approximate diameter that they could possibly walk in. That will keep your spell efficiency very high even when things go wrong. So yeah, let's just get on to our next attack. For our next base over here, we've got a base that I've showed many times actually before, especially during the cookie event that was going on. I believe this was a very popular base style, except we had maybe a poison tower over here instead of this rage. So it's a very straightforward approach once you know the crack for it, but it involves a queen charge on the town hall. And why I'm saying that is because if you try to think of any other approaches for like box style bases, so the few approaches I do mention is some sort of approach from the far end of the base, some sort of approach from the sides of the base, or some approach where you queen charge the town hall and then you can join in with your bowlers. So I actually used to do this base style where I used to have the sidewise approach, where I would actually set my bowlers from over here, and then I can get wall breakers in over here, and then I can jump over here like that. So that used to be my old approach, but I found this better approach because it's very easy to charge the town hall honestly on this one, and this rage tower is not gonna do anything. Like by the time you take the town hall down, it's too late for the rage tower to pop honestly. So it's a much better approach. Even if this was a poison tower, it would fall onto the town hall poison anyway. So it's practically a useless spell tower with this approach. And honestly, if you get a flame flinger over here, such that you can have your queen charge going like this, sure, there's a royal champion waiting over here, but you can still get like this much of value from the flame flinger itself, and then the yetis from the flame flinger can get some good damage onto this area as well. So that works out really well for us as well. And you can see like the heaviest like damage on this base is mostly like located in this region over here, right? So what I'm going to try to do is I just need to get my bowlers to focus in this little channel over here, because then I can literally reach all of these targets over the walls, literally everything that I could possibly need. And as usual, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the standard queen charge into bowlers approach, which I've been doing this entire time, where I just have a flame finger on one side, I use my king on the other side. I'm just going to sacrifice him into this area. It doesn't matter too much the value that he gets, I just want him to create the funnel for me. And you can see what I'm doing over here. I've already started the flame flinger. I'm just going to wait a little bit so I can get the cannon down, and as it's about to go for this mortar, you're gonna see I'm gonna drop my queen so that I can tank both the ground X-bow and the mortar. And yeah, it's going to work out really well for us. So baby dragon is just to help, because now I've already cleared the area of those black mines, and you can see the yeti and the enemy and my king is coming down from over here just to provide that little bit of a funnel. After you place all of them, just focus on your queen, give her the spells she needs, time them correctly, just don't waste any spells, don't try to place them too early, too late, and also place them correctly. Like notice how she's still in the rage as well as her healers this entire time. Only now when the damage is finally completely off of her, I don't really need a rage at this point of time. So yeah, now what I'm going to do is just wait a little bit. Like you can see the town hall poison is starting to fade, and now I've started my smash. So nobody's going to get slowed down. This wall breaker is going to easily get that junction open, and you can see I've already placed my jump right over here, and this base is in for a beating. There's no way it's going to defend. Just look at it, it's so clean. I've preserved my ice golems. Those rage bouncers have already deleted quite a bit of this entire area, and my king is still yet to go to Phoenix as well. So we can get some really good bounce everywhere. Those bowlers are gonna absolutely smash everything. Just give them some spells as they need it. And yeah, one last stage for this backhand over here. As I was saying, Yetis from the Flame Flinger, they're going to easily take down the Royal Champion, and they're going to give some help for this area. Because my king couldn't handle this compartment effectively, I'm just dropping my Royal Champion early as well. But you can already see this is pretty much a done deal. All the heavy defenses are done. We only have those 2 merge defenses left on the right side, and we've still got a very healthy queen. I think we've got like 1 or 2 bowlers left, and that Royal Champion is just going to do a victory lap around the entire base. So what was important over here was keeping this somehow finding a way to get into this compartment, because once I can do that, look at my range is only like this much in size, right? So I can easily cover anywhere the bowlers would want to possibly go. And now that I've done it like this, imagine like all of my troops started getting stuck on these walls over here. Imagine now if the town hall was waiting for us over here. I could have been in a lot of trouble, and yeah, it would have not been an easy finish at all. So starting at the most dangerous spot to finally get into the core of the base where all the damage is waiting for you, it's definitely a very strong approach that you should probably try. I can definitely recommend it. And if you're a regular viewer, you definitely know I do this at least 1 or 2 times every video. So because if you can see me doing it this often, you know it's something that you need to pick up in order to start climbing your Legends leaderboards with Super Bowler Smash. But yeah, let's just get on to the next one. Alright, another anti-2 style setup, and once again very spread out, just like the very first base that we encountered in this video. And my advice to you remains the same. Try to find a spot where you can have like a double funnel going on, where your Flame Flinger focuses on one area of the base while the Warden is right beside the Flame Flinger, just to allow it to get a good angle into the area that you want to kind of focus on. So what I did over here was I noticed that like this entire area is literally just free, and maybe what I can do is I can either it's up to me, right? I can choose to rotate either anti-clockwise, or I can choose to rotate like clockwise to the base, and eventually I can just somehow deal with the town hall while a Flame Flinger is just going away somewhere on this base. I have not thought of it just yet if I didn't know this base at all. So basically what you can start to do is you can start identifying those pockets, like this is a good spot for a Flame Flinger. In general, like this entire area is a very good spot for a Flame Flinger. So what I can do is I can choose like, okay, so should I start my Warden over here to help my Flame Flinger out? Should I start my Warden over here to help my Flame Flinger out? And I decided to go for this approach because it's very easy to rotate through this area. There's no walls, nothing for me to worry about. I can just drop my queen over here, and so she can just kind of like help with this area to keep my bowlers in this tight arc like that while they go through like this around the base. And maybe I can place my jump spell, something like that, and I can have my RC to help over here. So that is more or less what I was thinking for the plan on this base, because it makes no sense not to take this value, right? Like merge defenses are those hero killers, and honestly, like if I can get like some really good value starting with the Warden over here as well. So yeah, let's just see it in action. And after you identify those spots where you want your Warden to start and your Flame Flinger to begin, all you need to start thinking about is, okay, so now my bowlers are going to have to go like over here, right? And what can I do to kind of help make sure that they stay together and I can easily take over the rest of the base? And that's why I was saying I was thinking of bringing the queen over here, because she is ranged, she deals insanely fast damage, and I think she does a better job of creating the funnel as compared to the king because of her range. So she also has the unicorn behind her, so if you keep her in those very light areas of damage, it's very easy for her to top herself back up, and that's just something that's much better than the king. Plus the king has a phoenix on him, he's meant to be a tank in front of everybody else. So I personally feel it's just much better to use your king with your smash as much as possible and use your queen to funnel. and I'm just gonna wait for the enemy royal champion to fall with the scatter shot, because once again I don't want any chance of my bowlers to come back over here. So if I had not cleared the scatter shot and the royal champion with her pad, if I started my bowlers right over here, there's a good chance that if there are skeleton traps or something over here, they could start coming back like this, and it could cause a lot of problems for me. So I'm literally only waiting for the warden to grab the enemy royal champion pad, and we can get going. Immediately as soon as it falls down, we can just start. And you can see the queen has already done such a good job creating the funnel. Like, look at how small this arc is. It's the diameter of one rage spell, and she can even solo the king as long as she has a headhunter. Her unicorn is more than enough for her. So you can see this is already shaping up really well. I tried to see where the wall breakers would go. Didn't work out very well in my favor, but all in all, not shabby at all. So yeah, you can see I pretty much wasted that rage spell, but I'm hoping that the king creates enough of a funnel such that my bowlers start walking back towards the core, and exactly that's what started happening. So just pop his warden ability, let the bowlers do what they do best in that core. Flameflinger did a wonderful job. I've just joined with my royal champion because now the bowlers don't really have too much tanking in front of them. So I'm just creating some sort of support for my bowlers, because on their own they can't really do much unless they have the protection. In one way or the other, they either need the king, those ice golems, or something basically to help them out. Otherwise, unless the healers are already on them, it's a little difficult for them to kind of keep up with the damage. And you can already see this is shaping up very, very well. And you guys already know, once the royal champion has those healers on her like that, and my king went to Phoenix literally right now. My queen only just now lost her ability, way too late. Yeah, definitely a creative approach, I would say. But on the spread out anti-2 style basis, consider this approach where you have the Flameflinger going in one direction and your warden going in another direction. And it's important to understand that you need to clear out certain buildings to ensure nobody decides to come back after you drop them over here. So again, that's just what made this plan that's what just made this plan come to work. And honestly, it was very spammy. You saw my hero started splitting around over here, my bowlers just randomly went into the core. But that's the beauty of it, because the base is so spread out, mistakes can easily be made. You have more than enough healing with your rage spells, and the base can't stop you as long as your funnel is set. So yeah, one last attack for you guys in this video, and that will be the end of the perfect day that I managed to hit 2 days ago, I think, from when I'm recording this. So yeah, let's just get on to that last one. Last base over here, and this is a very, very toxic base that's doing the rounds right now against the Root Rider meta. I'm sure some people have given this base away as well, probably a week or so ago. I think the most recent one that I can remember is probably TK, Mazier TK. So he has mentioned that this is a base that you can use to get to 6,000 trophies, and I agree, it is an excellent base. But it's just what we have to do now, like, because people are finding some good bases out there, you need to find creative ways to start taking those bases down with super bowlers, because they're very annoying. And once again, it's like a box style base, but you need to start thinking out of the box a little bit because of the damage distribution on this base, as well as how the compartments are laid out. Like, these walls over here are so bad, they're not gonna let us get a good queen charge entry at all. You can see it's open in all the correct spots to make it difficult for any attacker to get a queen charge. Like, queen charge is one thing. For us, we need a queen charge, and then we need to join with our bowlers as well. It's not gonna happen very easily. It's very, very difficult. I've tried it many times and failed miserably. So not the best option. And one more approach that, again, like 3 approaches for box bases. So queen charges are completely out of window. One more approach is approaching from the side somehow. It is possible, but again, difficult for the same reasons. We have these open walls, just making life very difficult for us. So one thing we can do is maybe sacrifice a jump early and then use wall breakers for the core. But once again, very, very, very risky. So that just leaves one option for us, right? Somehow approaching from over here with our bowlers. So what can we do? Like, maybe we would need a log launcher, right? That's what you're probably thinking. Well, I'm here to tell you that I've actually found a crack on this base that does not require a log launcher, and it just requires this is probably the most surgical attack in this entire video. So what we're going to do is we're going to once again abuse the flame flinger. If I drop my warden over here and get rid of the enemy queen, I get to access this entire compartment with my flame flinger, and it's honestly really good value, trust me, because what it does is, once again, like, the warden is out over here creating a funnel like this, and my flame flinger is out over here creating another funnel like this, which effectively removes this entire area of the base. Like, so this is just something we don't have to worry about at all. And because I'm starting the warden over here, it's actually setting me up to start an entry from this side of the base. So I will have to use 3 wall breakers to reach into the scatter shot. So you can see, like, 1, 2 and 3. So 3 wall breakers are all you need to get access into this area over here, and then we can place a jump over here like this, and that will give us access to this entire core over here. And I know what you're thinking, the town hall will not have gone down just yet, I am well aware, but if you have a look at what will be left on the base, because now we're thinking like, okay, flame flinger over here, warden over here, our super bowler smash will handle this much of the base. Remember that I still have my I'll have some hero, it'll either be my queen or king, whatever it is, that I used to funnel out this area, as well as my royal champion, so they can actually come in from this side and help converge this side of the base as well. I can easily just drop my royal champion in over here with whatever hero it is that I decide to use over here, with a skeleton spell or something like that, and they can easily clear this side of the base. And what do you know, by the time your super bowler smash reaches the core, you only have these X-bows and this town hall to worry about. And because of how we are approaching the base, like, you can see with this approach, the damage is the most damage that you're ever going to be facing is going to be like 2 scatter shots, 2 X-bows, literally along those lines, which is not a lot considering how there are some really toxic ring bases out there. And there's no rage tower as well over here, it's just a poison, and we're gonna be stuck with the ice golems anyway, so that poison is not going to hurt our healers at all. Our healing is going to be like fantastic. There's no way that we're not going to be able to survive that core. Actually, it just looks very boxy. That's the only risk factor over here. So let's just see how it goes. You can see I've already started setting it up. I'm just trying to use the poison lizard to kill the queen. I think I'm miserably failing, but yeah, I'm just gonna speed up the start a little bit. You can see I've started dropping some troops to try to make the queen walk a little bit out over here, and that will allow the warden to easily kind of take the queen. Once again, I miserably failed, yes. So yeah, I had to even burn one freeze over here, but you can still see this is gonna work out so well for us. So you can see the warden and the king are gonna do what they do best, that they're gonna funnel out each other. And you can see this is kind of setting me up really well to join the queen over here. So I've decided to use the queen. You can use the king if you want, it's just that this air defense is a little pesky, so I use my queen instead. And this entry is honestly so clean, because now if I start from this area, right, these bowlers, look at that, those bouncers are setting the funnel for themselves. They're going ahead and clearing the buildings that are in front of them, literally. So there's nowhere else for the bowlers to go except for deeper into the base from here. You can already see, I think I'm gonna lose like 1 bowler or something like that, maybe. Okay, I even lost the titan over here, but look at the core of the base now. I don't need anything. It's honestly enough that I only have my queen over here. And you can see it's just literally a queen charge but it's perfectly fine because there's not much damage, as I was saying before. So the king is easily handling the enemy royal champion, skeleton spell to help with the ricochet cannon and that single inferno over there. And of course we have our free spell as well to keep the king alive as his giant gauntlet is wearing off. And my queen is literally not even needing rages to get past this area. And I'm just gonna pause right over here. Look at what's left. None of my bowlers walk to the core, despite of which this is how strong this entry is. It's practically just my heroes. All my bowlers did was take out this Tesla from over here, and then they just went and died somewhere. I don't even know what happened to them. All of this is just my heroes. So if you can use your resources correctly, I'm sure you can easily get any base that's out there. And my queen is just tanking for the expo now, and I still had this one last rage, and my healers are going to keep her topped off, so that royal champion should be able to very easily grab the town hall. Even if she doesn't, my queen still has her ability. So honestly, looking very strong right now. Really nothing to be worried about. King is yet to go to Phoenix. He will easily take care of the merged defenses on the back end of the base. I've only just now popped my queen ability because there's no damage in the core. It looks very intimidating because of how boxy it is, but trust me, the most of the damage is located on the flanks over here, and we dealt with them very smartly. The warden to kill the enemy queen, followed by the flame flinger over here. The borders easily cleared this entire area out and helped with the clan castle a little bit, the enemy clan castle. That double scatter shot, nothing's gonna stop us, honestly. We just need one rage over there and one rage for the monolith maybe, and then sure, like, we'll have one last rage for the town hall area. Like, literally, it's just that simple. So distribute your resources depending on the damage that's there on the base accordingly, and I'm sure legends becomes very easy for you. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, feel free to give me some feedback of some sort. It does help me as a content creator. But yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.